Opinion about life is always something personal. Someone is religious, his opinion will be different from someone he don't believe. Someone is so-so, someone is hippie. Each one of us, he have his own way and his vision of life. But at the end of the day, all of us, we as a human, we see the sky blue if we decide to see it blue, and we can make it dark if we decide to make it dark. And this is one unique thing about the nature of a human being, that when he wants, he make things look so pinky, you know. When he wants, he can make it so unhappy, so sad, so bad. So how we can balance our life and how we can find our way, you know, of thinking, because everything starts from thinking, the way you think, not the way it thinks it is. You know, sometimes I like there is something you can do is observation. Like when you see a picture of somebody, pictures can be very good to study. Like when you see somebody is looking, staring, you know, you start thinking what this person is thinking about. What is in the head of this person? Is he confused? Is he happy? Is he? And then you can find a lot of answers from the way the face look, the way the hands stand, the way you know, a person he is presenting himself. Pictures can be really something to tell, and for sure you don't see yourself, people see you, which means at the end of the day you are a picture. So when people look at you, they look at your reaction of life and what is your day to day look like, and maybe how your life look like. And the biggest problem a human being he suffer from, that he try to understand everything, but he don't understand himself, what he want, how he think life can be enjoyable, why he is happy, what make him happy, what make him sad, what he want from life. Many of us, we live just day by day, and we don't think really about what really we want. I mean, what we want from tomorrow. I'm not talking about being worried about tomorrow. I'm talking about what I want tomorrow to be, who I am today and what I will be tomorrow, how self-confident you are, how are unconfident, what is your fear, do you have fear, what is your weakness, what is your strength. There's many questions, we have to answer them so we can learn about ourselves. So the person who asked me, I say, you should, you see, like, you know, people who are suffering from depression as an example, they go and they meet a shrink, but the shrink, he's there to shrink you, he's not there to help you. Mostly he's just, you know, he want to make money, he's not even listening maybe, and even he's listening, he don't really care. At the end of the day, you are just maybe paying somebody to listen to you, maybe because you cannot find somebody to listen to you. So what people do, they go and pay somebody to listen to them. Somebody, don't judge them. Someone, he sound positive, he don't see their negative. And then in the end of the speech or the time you spend with the shrink, he will give you a medicine which can be helpful, but it's not the doctor who's helpful, the medicine maybe, because yeah, you know, like a brain there is some medicine can help the brain to release some stress and to feel better, but it's not the doctor really who is helping you as much as is the medicine, who is not even made by that doctor and he never been trying it. So how we can really face our problem? I'm going to open my Skype, and if there is anyone have a specific question, feel free, and just make the question general, you know. Don't give me too much details about yourself. Remember, this is a public forum, and whatever you say is going to be online. And sometimes we trust people, we share online what we should not share. You know, even if you are speaking to a person you trust, but that person, you know, one day he can't even get upset from you, and what you share with him, you know, can be used against you. And this is make it other problem too, that we cannot share our pain, we cannot share our problems, and we struggle with them. So like we hold our problems between doors, we put curtains on them, and we try to bury them. You know, the Bible speaks about confession of sin. Why we confess our sin? You know, generally speaking, we think about it as, okay, you know, this is because you know that you did wrong. And now it's time to tell the wrong you said or you did. The fact this is way beyond, you know, telling about your wrong. It's about you. One of the most, let us say, stress release is us confessing our sin and finding somebody we trust so we can tell what we did. You do not need to give extreme details, but when you speak about your sin, you speak about your problems, you speak about your wrongdoing, you feel really better. You feel that you are not alone. You know, human being is a social creature. This is how God he made us. And when we confess our sin for the purpose of our sin to be forgiven, at the same time we are trying our best to be honest and not to live in darkness of our problems, like shut the door, shut the window, don't tell anyone, and then you will be fine. In the book of James, chapter 5, it says, you know, confess your sin one to another, not just to God, because God can hear you. Confess your sin one to another and pray for each other so that you may be healed. So there is a healing in the process. You know, God is not really interested of you telling him secrets. He knew it. I mean, what I'm not trying to tell him what I did. He knew everything I did. So what the point is a time of healing and a time of let us say decency. We stand and we calculate what we did, what we have, what happened, what we going through, and then by doing that you may be healed. And this is why we pray for each other too. There is tons of verses in the Bible about how confessing your sin can heal you. But somebody might say, what sin? You know, I'm talking about my depression. Is depression a sin? No, depression is not a sin. But I believe too many sin, they will lead you to depression. Same time, maybe one of the major reason for depression and sadness and being unhappy is failure. You know, people who are succeeding they find themselves really suffering big time failure, because success doesn't mean necessarily you are really succeeding. It can be a big failure. As an example, a person, we will give an example of a person you know. This man, his name is Andrew Tate. He is very successful. I mean, he have a huge number of fans. He have, I mean, according to him, 6 girlfriends at the same time. I mean, for in his scale, he is very successful. He have $300 million in the bank. He own money property. He have collection of cars. I mean, the guy, he think he owned the whole universe. But in reality, this was a big failure, because he deceived himself and he drew a picture of success based on deception and based on lies and based on lying to others and lying to himself. So we need to make a line about what make us successful and what make us seeking failure. If somebody want to talk to me, please text me first, and then I will call you and tell me that you want to join us in this topic. Remember, our topic today is not about Islam. It's about facing problems, and is it time for a change? Okay. Anyone have a question? What do you say about those no male and female in Christ, but same think women cannot preach? You know, for me, I don't know if you heard me before, even though this is not our topic, but it's okay. You heard me before saying I don't like women to go and speak to Muslim men. This is a male society, and a woman should not be associating with such people, because their culture is different. They look at you down, and even they will be violent with you. So a woman, actually, she is the first preacher, not the last one, but she is a preacher in her house for her children's. Who said the woman she is not a preacher? The best preacher is the one who preach to his kids before they go in the road and get involved in drugs and crimes and sex. So the mother, she play a very important role in your life in the future. In fact, your future today was very much involved what your mother she told you when you were a kid. If you go and steal an apple from the neighbor yard, and you come home and your mother she says, oh, go bring more, she just created a thief. If your mother she shout at you, say to you, shame on you, go put it back, she just started a disciplined person who will be a good man in the future. So women, she can preach to her son or her daughter how to live, and she can give a great example. A great example of faith or a great example of dignity. Any other question? Anyone? Is confession of sin to other human being obligatory? No, it's not. But it's if you feel you need it, you do it. You confess your sin first to God, but then if you find someone you trust, someone you know that is a godly person, you can share with him or with her something you cannot share with others, that will make you feel better. That will help. Confession of sin is you admit to God. You see, God do not need to tell you that I know what you are doing. I see what you are doing. He do not need you to tell him too. I mean, he have it all. The point is that you, when you acknowledge what your wrongdoing, You acknowledge that you are wrong and you are seeking to be better and right. That's the whole idea. And by acknowledging you're wrong and promising that to work hard toward fixing your wrong, that means you are still with God. But if you acknowledge you're wrong and then that's it, you decide to live for the wrong with the wrong forever, that's mean, your spirit is dying, or if not dead already. As you see, our topic is not about Islam, so please focus with me. I did not start this video to talk about Islam. We talk about Islam every day. All right. Is confession for our sin for other human is obligatory, or it is repenting for your sin is enough? There's nothing is called enough. Nothing called enough. You see, when we repent our sin does not mean that's it, we became clean and we are good now. No, that's not true. The more you commit sin, the more you getting dirty, and there's no detergent in the world can clean you. But repenting is the way to make a new growth. It's like a tree, and this tree is full of scars, bugs, flies, and then this tree one day decide to go and start a new start, growing new green leaves, have no bugs on them. But your past is there. You cannot delete that. You cannot delete it from your mind. You cannot delete it from your memory. You cannot delete what you've been through. But you can use what you've been through to make and fix it and make it better for tomorrow. Because now you have experience about what is bad and what is good. It's like somebody was driving in the highway and he find that this driveway is horrible. There's tons of holes. There's a pirate in the way. There's a flood can happen anytime. It's between two mountains. The flood can come and take your car. So why you want to drive again from the same road? You already this road is really bad. So if you drive again in the same road, which is bad road, obviously you're enjoying the bad. All right. What advice you would give to parents who are raising their children in the Catholic faith, but they are not practicing? There's nothing is called Catholic faith and Christian faith. All of this is the first deception you give yourself, that you forgot that you are following Jesus, but you decide to call yourself Catholic faith, as if you are. A Catholic faith is different species. What Catholic faith mean? That actually even insulting. Insulting to God, insulting to yourself, and it's not right. There's a Christian faith. There's nothing is called Catholic faith. So you need first to give definition for yourself what you really think of yourself. You think you're a Catholic faith? And then you teach your children Catholic faith? And then your children go in the street and say, we are Catholic faith? What does that mean? We follow Jesus. We don't follow Protestant or Catholic or Orthodox. We don't follow any man. So when you teach your children, you teach them how to be Christians and how to follow the teaching of the Lord, not the teaching of a bishop. Just question by question, guys, as long as I'm answering. So if I have a children, I will never mention the word Catholic to them, or Protestant or Orthodox. Because when I do that, I'm just telling them that we Christians, we are not Christians no more. We are teaching you since you are very young in age the vision which is against God teaching. Isn't it the Bible says there's no Greek, there is no Hebrew, there's no free, there's no slave. All is one in Jesus. So now what we do, we replace the Greek and the Hebrew and the free and the slave by Catholic and Protestant and Orthodox. That is your failure. A person who believes in the Lord, he teaches his children how to be Christians following Jesus. Why Jesus fast for 40 days? Well, those questions about the Bible, this is not our topic today, but we are talking about social life, so focus with me. So if you want to teach your children, teach them the value of the Bible. Don't murder, don't lie, don't steal. Don't. We have the 10 commandments. Those are the best to start with. So you have to focus in how you can make your child a better person even than you, because many of us, maybe we came from a very bad background. Maybe you are a person who used to take drugs. Maybe you used to be in jail, but you don't want your children to be the same. So what we do our best to make them go away from the way we went. All right. Any other question? Guys asking me questions about the Bible. This is not the time. You know, this is telling you how people they are like they are not really, they are not with us. Let us see hello world what he is saying. Focus with me, focus. We did not start this conversation today to explain a verse in the Bible, but we will mention a verse in the Bible if it help us in the topic. Hello world saying, I am hypocrite who is having a hard time moving away from my old lifestyle. My faith is fading. What do I do to get back? You know, there is nobody really can help you in getting back except yourself, and look like you working in that, because you know, you are confessing your sin, and you are confessing that you are being hypocrite. And that's mean you know the solution. Stop being hypocrite. I mean, the medicine is in front of you. What is the problem? I'm being hypocrite. Why? I live my old lifestyle. How we make lifestyle a lifestyle? What is lifestyle? If we go on now and we try to find out what is lifestyle, we will find that we are living in a slavery of things we learn around us. As an example, it's very normal these days to say being a gay is fine, but according to the Bible, no. That is a hypocrisy if you say it's fine. No, this is sin. According to the Bible, it's sin. Same as all sin we do. And we know what the Bible says about it. So if you decide to live hypocrite, you will die as a hypocrite, and you never live your life, because now you decide to be politically correct. Same time, you confess, like, or you convince yourself that well, I'm weak. I mean, what I can do? I cannot fight against everything around me, so I will go with it. You know, everything around me is wrong. In order to live in the wrong, I have to be part of it, otherwise I will suffer. Well, you are suffering already. So living in the wrong did not help you. So the best way is to fight against what is the problem, which is your lifestyle, whatever it is, change it. You can fight it. You know, me when I was very young, I was a troublemaker. I have a fight every day. Guns is my favorite toy. If I see somebody in the street looking at me, why you are looking? Just looking. You just look at me, I will ask you why you are looking. That was a lifestyle. But I grew in a society where everything is ugly and bad. So either you live like a prey or a predator. The society around will teach you that there is no two solutions. Either you are the one is scary and everybody hide from you, and then this is the way you protect yourself, or you are the one who everybody jump in your back. But you can change. You can be the one who is the strong, the brave, etc. But you can hold your horses and you can change yourself, maybe not right away, but slowly, slowly, slowly. Like now, you know, if see somebody looking in a funny way, or even like once I was walking the street, a bunch of kids behind me, I don't know what they start saying. It sounds like they are laughing, saying something about me. I don't know. I just ignore it. But I want to involve in a fight with teenage kids? That would be horrible. What the point? So you have to be wise and you have to make the right decision in order to do the right things. Otherwise, doing wrong is so easy and can cost you your lifetime. All right. Let us see. I'm trying to get the questions. So if you want to change your lifestyle, you can change it simply. The Bible is there. Read and try to live the stories and try to be the same, you know, as the real Christians they used to live. Fight your sin, resist it, be strong, and don't associate yourself with the wrong ones, because most of the problem we have is we have bad friends. You know, it's very hard to find a bad apple not affecting the whole box of apples. And it's hard to find that one good apple made all the bad apples good. But with the Christ, impossible is possible. You know, people, they grow old and then suddenly they find themselves, they have nothing. Not necessarily about money. Not necessarily being homeless. It can be anything. You accomplish nothing. That is a problem. And now you notice it. Now what you can do? You are old. Even in that moment, you can still have a new start in your life. You see, happiness and sadness is something in our brain, is not in life. If you go outside, unless it's snowing and crazy ice, you will see even there is birds singing, even though you are crying. Like how the bird is singing and you are crying doesn't make sense. He's a bird. His life is very simple. You know, he go and look for a worm, for some seeds to eat. They have little tiny nest. He live in a tree. If the wind shake it badly, his nest can be blown up. So how the bird live? How the bird don't suffer from depression? Why he don't go to the clinic? Because the bird, he adopted his life. You adopt, and you adopt in the right way. So you need to learn how to be happy when it is time to be sad. And you need to learn how to get out of your sadness. And if you fail down, how to stand up again. And when you fail down, there is people who will be rejoicing because you fell down. That make it more even ugly, right? So what do? You let them rejoice, laugh at you, and there is people who maybe will feel sorry for you, feel bad for you. But either one, nobody can help you unless you decide to help yourself. Remember, everything is in the brain. So when you are sad in your brain. It's not because life is sad. You know, when somebody he lose a family member, what happened exactly? What happened? Anyone can tell me what happened when somebody lose a family member? Why people they are sad? Anyone can help us? Somebody in the family he died. Somebody you love very much. Maybe your son, maybe your daughter, maybe your mother, maybe. What happened? Why you feel sad? Is the question difficult? They lost love? Separation? Let us see. I'm going to put my on the chat so people can see the answers. Give me a second. So let us see and review the answers. So I see here some people saying they lose, they lost love, separation from loved one, hurt, they miss them. If they went too early, attachment. You will notice that everything you said is just giving me an answer that you are selfish. Seriously. You lost. It's you who lost. You are thinking just about yourself. You lost. So now because I lost, you see the I? The I is big. So even when we are thinking that we are in love, in fact, it's about I, not about he or she. If you understand life, then you understand that life is about death. We are born to die. So why we capture ourselves with sadness? I understand you will be sad for some time, but you should understand too that we are born to die anyway. All of us here, all of us, we are dead. All of us. It's just a matter of time. Maybe one of you would die now, maybe tomorrow, maybe me, maybe you. So if we understand life, we understand life come with death, and death should not be a sad moment if we are believers. I will never be sad. Why wouldn't I be sad? You might say, well, talk is cheap. I mean, so if you lost your dad, or I receive a message when I was live on air. I was live on air, and I received a message that your father, he passed away. I finished all my uh, program. I never mentioned that, even for years to come. Nobody even know. I was talking like now, and I did not even mention it. So you have to learn how to be strong. You have to learn that harsh time, it might be a good time. Because death is not really something bad. Death, it can be very good. I don't want to live forever, not in this earth. It's time to go. I pray for someone is ill to stop suffering. I pray that me, myself, I will not grow so old to the point I cannot even go to the bathroom. I don't want to live like that. What the point? So we need to understand that death is a mercy, is not something bad. So if you understand why, you understand how to live with it and how to enjoy it, maybe. Even it might be a very bad news for some. Uh, I see. Give me a second, please. All right, sorry for that. So we need to learn how life can go and why we are exist in this earth and what life is about. Life is about you dying. Like if you look at the sand clock, the old days sand clock. Smart is the one who came with them, right? If you look at those sand clock, you will notice that there is sands coming upside down. But what does that mean? It means time. But if we don't look at it, we don't notice it. You know what I mean? And this is what we do in our life. We don't look at it, and we think it's not there. But in reality, the clock, the sand clock, is working every second for you specifically. So why we don't worry about time? Actually, many of us, we try to kill our time. Literally, we kill it. We go to places which is useless. We do things it's have no benefit, not for us, not for others, and we just killing our time. How come people don't get sad for killing their time? Which means they are really helping themselves to die faster. Like people who go to nightclub. What exactly you are trying to accomplish in a nightclub? Oh, having fun. That's not true. That's not a place for fun. Oh no, you do not know what fun is. Yeah, well, I know. You get drunk. Either you will be grabbed by a pervert, he rape you at the end of the night, or you get shot by a drug dealer. What you get there? And you spend a lot of money drinking stupid alcohol will make you lose your mind. So simply you are just not only killing time, you are killing yourself. It might be ending physically dead by somebody shooting you or raping you, or associating yourself with a bunch of people who they don't fit to make your life better. You kill your time every day. What is your position in accepting children contraception? I'm not sure what does that word mean. Forgive me, please. Let me see. Let me copy it and try to understand. As you know, English is not my first language, so some words I don't know what they are. I never heard of them before, and I do my best with my limited language skills in English. This is why, like there is some topic I avoid talking about them in English because they need some, language skill. It says here method of contraception. Okay, female implement injection. I cannot tell you really what I think about like having children through like using the benefit of science to be able to have children. This is personal opinion, and nobody can measure how much you are desperate to have it. So I cannot advise you in what is right, what's wrong. You have to make your own decision. Any science can change the nature of a human being is a bad science, is evil. But if it's science to help a human being to survive, why not? Any other question? I'm just trying to read the past text. What I should do, I have thoughts that I would never think, but the same reason they just came to me, mind would never say such a thing, would never think about them seriously. I don't know what are you talking about, my friend. Try to make a sentence I can understand. Why did people go into deep thinking so easily? Why did people go into deep thinking so easily? As I know, it's not that, it's the opposite. People go in deep thinking easily. Since when? That is something new for me. What I know that people go to shallow thinking all the time because shallow thinking is comfortable. Shallow thinking is comforting, not deep thinking. Let us put this on the screen so guys you can read with me. I did not read the rest of your comment. I just stopped with the deep thinking statement. How many people you see a day, they have a deep thinking? I don't know. I don't think I see people have deep thinking around me. Very few you will see in your lifetime. In daytime, maybe zero. So why did people go into deep thinking so easily? Because even my mom lost her energy and hospitalized when the people backbiting her, she did not handle it. She could not handle it. I did my best to console her. How many videos Muslims they made against me every day? They made a video, they said sexual predator, asking a Muslim woman to suckle her boobs. I mean, how many Muslims they make every day and post funny pictures, God knows of who, to insult Christian Prince. I laugh. I laugh. So your mom, my friend, She need to understand that the easiest way to fight envy and stupidity of mankind around is to laugh at it, not to be suffering from it. Because if you suffer, this is the whole point of backbiting you, is to make you suffer. I will speak bad about you to make people think bad about you. But are you bad? No. Okay, I laugh. So if people think about me about being bad, well, did you see anything bad from me? No. So obviously it's a lie. I will not let someone, play with my life and make me desperate or depressed because they speak against me. That is actually, it might be even helpful. It might be very good that somebody speak bad about you. Then when people they see the real you, that person will be exposed, and then they will highly respect you. It works in the opposite way. But if you let them enjoy, see you suffering, like I need to go and see consulting now, I'm crying, they would do it more. Somebody saying, when did you become a philosopher? Well, my friend, philosophy is not something you become, it is something you do every day. As an example, my philosophy now, that your comment is kind of offending. This is my philosophy, so I decide to block you. Just to let you know, to show you something about my philosophy. This guy, he keep posting, when you become a philosopher. This is how stupid you are. What does this have to do with philosophy? Was Jesus a philosopher? He was Aristo? He was discussing who came first, the chicken or the egg? You are just a silly person. There is words we use in the term of life, but we do not need a philosopher to make us speak about philosophy, because philosophy is how you understand life. Take the word philosophy away. When we use the word logic, logic is part of the philosophy, but we practice logic every day. Why I want to have a high-speed internet? Because it's a high-speed internet. That is the logic. Why women she put makeup? Because she want to look pretty. That is the logic. But you, instead of focusing with us in the topic, you are thinking, when this guy became a philosopher. I will tell you the secret. I just ate onion. Just don't tell anyone, please. If there is any question, all right. Let's see in Skype. Somebody saying live, but did not tell me if you want to join us in the topic or not. I don't know. Live. Tell me, what do you want? You want to talk in the topic? Is your Skype open for Christian calls? Okay. Let us call this person. Hello.
I'm so glad I finally talked to you.
You're welcome, my friend. You are listening to us live now?
Yeah, I wasn't. I was just on YouTube.
Or what do you think?
But I
What do you like
paused
to
it up.
share?
I just wanted to. You got me addicted. That's what I want to say. Your comedy and some of the catchphrases that you have. Like one of my favorite ones. I use it with my wife, and she laughs at me all the time. When you say
What is that?
a catchphrase, it's like when a superhero has like a word they always say, like being awesome.
Yeah.
Like one one thing you say is like the stupidity is amazing. It's really
Well,
really
it
funny.
is. It is. Because you know, I mean, you will be amazed how stupid a human being can be, And there's nothing can describe the stupidity except saying it's amazing. It's because it's out of
Yeah,
prediction.
it's, yeah, you're like surprised by it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but thank you for doing what you're doing. Like I kind of discovered you on accident through YouTube. I think they made a mistake by recommending me some of your videos, and I started listening, and just like, wow, I didn't know anything much about Islam, and it just sometimes it could just be exhausting listening to it. So this topic that you have, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air from the stupidity, you know?
Yeah. Well, thank you, my friend,
Um,
for calling us. Anything else?
I wanted to kind of touch base on some of your topics
All right.
that you have going here on the philosophy, where kind of like where in life it's more about like finding your purpose of what it is, and living your life is not really for yourself; it's living it for others. Kind of like what Christ has done. He didn't live for himself; he came here for everybody. So like
What the word others mean?
others means it's not you.
Hmm.
Like the parable that Jesus talked about the Samaritan,
Hmm.
like when he was talking about who is my neighbor, and things like that. So, or in that kind of sense. So things like living it by reflecting on your values, your passions, and sharing that with others. Your life experiences, exploring different opportunities, working with other people, but it's putting yourself aside and focusing on bettering the world, bettering everyone around you.
Hmm. You know, when we say we're thinking of others and doing something good for others, do we do it because I'm trying to convince myself, sorry, that I want to be a good person, or because it is the right thing to do?
I think that actually depends on the person. Some
Yeah.
people they have like a ego thing where
Hmm.
it's like where I find it really interesting in the Bible where the priests pray on the streets and saying, "Hey, look at me, look how holy I am," but in a
Yeah.
sense they just want people to look at them and think better of them. But when you look at what Jesus taught, he says, "Close your door. Like don't let anybody know. Like if you want, crying or whatever, like wipe your face and kind of move on." So it's like completely the opposite. And it really depends on the person's inner feelings or their kind of inner ego on how they're actually trying to live their lives. But and it's actually kind of easy to tell where you see that people, especially like nowadays on Instagram, it's like, hey, look at all this volunteering that I'm doing and posting a million pictures of them
Yeah.
working, working hard.
Or a
But in
guy, he is
reality,
giving a sandwich for an old woman, and he want to make $1 million by posting the video. You know?
exactly. It's
Yeah.
like no, no, no. You're doing it for clout. That's
Yeah.
all what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're trying to look humble, but in reality, it's like you're
That's why
not.
the Bible
Like
says, if you give with the right hand, don't let the other hand know. You know, I mean, just as simple as that. Those who
exactly. You
speak,
can't.
those who speak and show what they do, they are just seeking what to show and get the benefit. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I find it really funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were bragging about how humble they are, but they didn't get the irony.
Actually, me myself, I trust those people who say we are sinners more than those who say we are good. You know.
Exactly.
Because the
Yeah.
one who say he's a sinner, he's being a natural human being. All of us were sinners. The one who present himself to be good, that is the one, can be scary, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the
Exactly.
Bible speak about. I will summarize what you are trying to say to me, that we should fight anything to do based in selfish act, as in Philippines. So when you do an act, you think about it. Am I doing it because I am being selfish, or because I'm doing the right thing? If it's based on selfish, that's why when I said, even somebody he pass away, and then you are supposed to you love this person, but in reality you are being selfish now. God created you, and you know from the beginning that he will die, you will die, and now you decide that you want to own the person forever, so he can make you happy. He wants you to stay with it. He wants this person to come back from death to keep you happy, and you cannot go out of your selfishness.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of back to kind of going to Jesus' teaching. He says it'd be better if I leave you.
Yeah. Well,
Kind
thank you,
of
my
takes that
friend.
to full circle.
Thank you for your input, and happy to speak to you. And say hello to your wife, my sister.
Thank
you.
you.
Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Somebody asking me about death. What age do humans become accountable for their sin? Very easy. When you notice it is sin, that's the time you became accountable for your sin. If you are crazy and you are 50 years old or 80 years old, you are crazy. I mean, you don't have the mental ability to know what is sin, what is not. God will judge you by what you know. God judge you by what you know. So if somebody he is mentally ill, he even hurt himself. We cannot judge him the same way we judge someone is not. Okay. Elijah sent me a message in Skype. I don't know. You want to call Elijah, or you don't promote selfish motivation, man. Jesus is the only one who can help you, and not even yourself. Philippians 4:13. Can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Focus on Jesus. Yeah, my friend, we are talking to everybody. There's people who do not know even who is Jesus. But it's good as a Christians, to find our help in the Bible always. Okay. We have Rose. All right, let's see. Hello? Can you speak louder, please? Can you speak louder?
Yes, I can. I'll just.
Okay,
Can
now
you
it's
hear me now?
now it's fine. Okay, go ahead.
Is it better?
It's good. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
I do hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, how are you?
I'm fine.
All right, that's good. I wanted to answer. You had pinned on the chat a question that you had for the audience.
Okay.
And I just wanted to also give my own, I would say, response to the question. I think it's a very personal question because I think everybody deals with it differently. But I would say, in my opinion, it would be, for me, I would say what has helped me a lot is prayer.
Okay.
Because
help you in what? The prayer.
in navigating my life as a Christian.
Okay.
In navigating the joy that I experience, or plans that are not going my way, or sadness. A few minutes ago, I heard you talk about the death of your father, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry if yes. So I also it triggered me also in a way because the way I handled the passing of my father was completely different from yours. I was not calm. So but it taught me a lot that, at the end of the day, life still moves on. God has that ability to give you the strength to move on, because if a person's time is to go, it is to go. And what you can do on this earth is just accept it and know that God's planning is always perfect. If they were supposed to go, it is because they were supposed to go. Because even for my father, he was suffering from pain. So I would want him to stay. I would have wanted that he stayed longer, but I knew that he was in pain. So it really resonated with me to know that other people also know that God's timing is just God's timing, and that we can never experience the pain of someone who's really near death, and that they need to be let go of, and then they'll find peace where they're going.
What about
So I just want
different lost, like not necessarily death?
I still think prayer is key, and also being around people who are like-minded like you. I think it's really bad to, especially if you're not strong, in the Lord, because like you get ups and downs in life. For example, for me, I just got recently married, and then I also had like some good news that I'm expecting, but I'm not living with my husband at the moment because of financial issues, and I'm studying. So that type of like the distance is a type of loss for me because I'm a family orientated person. And when I'm not around family, it's not that I don't, but it's kind of difficult. That type of loss is not nice also. So I would say it's prayer, and then speaking to people who really understand what you're going through. Not a lot of people, because also at the same time, not many people are rooting for you, you know? So you need to be wise about who you tell your problems to, so that they can give you wise advice, and then pray about it. Prayer always works. I always vouch for it.
What if somebody
because
is not a believer and he don't believe in God? So what do you think he should do?
if someone is not a believer and they're going through something bad in life, I encourage them. What I don't do is I don't force the gospel to anyone. I don't force the gospel, because when Christ was revealed to me, he came so lovingly. He didn't come forceful. Not to say also, this is not saying that people should not be passionate about anything. I'm also passionate about the gospel. I say this because I have a friend. She's Hindu, and there've been like more than several occasions where I've presented the gospel to her. I've presented the gospel to her, and obviously as a Christian you present it lovingly, but there comes a time where if you can see that someone they're not willing, if they still avail, you cannot how could I say, you cannot be too hard, not harsh, because I don't want to compare it to you, CP. You're the best at what you do.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that with me, I always encourage them. This particular friend, I encourage her a lot because she goes through so much. So I always encourage her, but sometimes I encourage her through Bible scriptures, and she does not know, she does not know that the wisdom that I'm giving her is from the Bible. Sometimes I would give her an encouraging word and it would come to me. It's not that at that moment I'm holding the Bible script, I'm holding the Bible, I'm reading the verse. No, but it just comes to me by the Holy Spirit. And I tell her as though I'm just giving her advice. And she says, she always says wise words. And I always say, don't thank me, thank God. But I know for her, in her eyes, it's not the God that I praise, right? But for me, in my heart, I know I'm intentionally saying thank God, as in thank the Lord Jesus, because for me, I can't even say thank God in my heart, because when I hear her say wise words, and when she tells me that her day has gone well because of the words that I've said, I can't keep saying thank God in my heart. It always comes out of my mouth. So I would say encourage them, because they go through this life with hardship just like you do. There's nothing new under the sun. So if they go through hardship, if you go through hardship, encourage them, because it's not easy.
Exactly. Well, I'm happy to speak to you, sister, and I hope your husband will be back soon, back home. And actually, I see some benefit of him being away, because when a person, if you are with someone, it's special for you. In this case, is your husband. You will not really know how much you love him until he go. You know what I mean? So, and the same for him. So maybe it's a good thing, not a bad thing. That will make relationship between you and your husband better and stronger, you know. So don't take it as something negative. Maybe it is something positive. All right?
I hear you. I hear you.
All right.
I hear you loud and clear, and I thank you. And
You're welcome.
yeah,
Well, God bless
your
you,
words
and
are
thank
very
you for
important.
calling. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye bye, CP.
Yeah, she mentioned that, you know, I'm being harsh. I am harsh on myself because you have to be harsh. There's one of two things you can be in life. Either you are harsh, for life is harsh, but doesn't mean harsh with people to hurt them, and harsh to no, harsh is strict to, or let us say, stick with reality and don't fool yourself and don't go around the bushes and say things as it is. The problem is we always go around the bushes and we don't want to say what's wrong. Even between wife and husband, you know, the wife should not tell the husband what is really why she is angry from him. So she mentioned things have nothing to do with the reason, the real reason. Same maybe the husband. So we try to find excuses to make a fight, to create a fight. The Bible speak about transformed and renewing of your mind. You can always renew, you know, especially when you find that you are wrong. You have a failure. Your mind is not telling you or not giving you the right reasoning. So you need better, or you better find a renew into your life and your mind and the way you think of things. You know, in the Middle East we have a very narrow roads. But I used to think about the road of my house is so wide. I did not notice how narrow it is until I saw wider road. And then I noticed that the road in front of my house is narrow. I did not see better. I do not know better. This is wide, and this is very wide, because I never saw what wide is. And this is exactly what happened to us in our life. Even sometimes when we have a little tiny problem, we think we are the most unfortunate people in the world. We make a drama about it. There is people, they have no feet to walk on them. And there is somebody complaining, making big drama because he missed his appointment to the gym. There's a person looking for a liver to live for tomorrow. And there's a person, they live a drama because he have a pimple in his face. What the people will say about her? She have a pimple. I mean, life is miserable. Pimple. Sufyan saying, your Jesus do not know the hour. My friend, that you are stupid. That's mean the Quran is a lie. Because if you watch the Sheikh, your Sheikh, what his name? Sheikh Umran. He said the Quran have a problem when he says La ilmu sa'a, because that makes Jesus know the hour. So your God is stupid. According to you, Jesus do not know the hour. According to your God, Jesus know the hour. Stupid religion like your prophet. Let us see if we have another caller. Elijah, if you want to make a comment, my friend, either you want to call me or not. If you don't want to call me, then you post a comment in the comment section, in the chat. Posting in Skype would not make me happy. All right? You want to do something, just do it right. Okay, people sending me message in Skype, they are weird. And somebody asking, I know that stealing was wrong when I was 10 and I was to die at that age. Would I be cast away from God? Again, thank you for, okay, I don't know. The question is really not what. So you are saying to me you did steal at the age of 10? You know, in the cross, we have a story of a person. He is a rebel. You know, we do not know what he did exactly. Maybe he committed crimes. Maybe he was a thief. But believe in Jesus, and he repent from his heart. The Lord, he promised him salvation. So you know what is wrong, and don't do it again. When a woman, she was caught by the Jews, and the Jews, they want to stone her. Jesus did not judge her. He did not stone her, but he told her one thing: don't do it again. And that's what I say to you. Try to fight your sin and don't do it again. Anyone would like to join us? Okay, let's see. We have somebody. Hello. Welcome, my friend. God bless you. What do you like to say to us?
God bless you. I just want to say first off, thank you very much for what you do. I've only been watching for about a week, but I love the content. You really make this enjoyable and informative. You give a lot of information about Islam and Christianity. My question was in the chat. I mean on Skype.
Yeah.
So you said when someone knows that a sin is wrong, that's when they become accountable.
Yeah. Because
so when I was sorry, brother.
Go ahead.
Okay, when I was 10 years old, I knew that stealing was a sin because everyone knows that age stealing is a sin.
Okay.
Let's say I did steal and I was to die when I was 10. What would happen to me then? Because I'm still a child, but I knew sin was, was bad. It was wrong.
You see, we don't want to do what the Muslim do. A Muslim, he put himself in place of God, and he start telling people who go to heaven, who go to hell. I cannot do that. So, based what we know from the Bible, that's like what you stole. You stole what, an egg? What you stole?
Just doesn't matter. Maybe I don't know, a sweet, a pen.
Okay, you see, because the Bible is very simple. Even the Bible says if somebody is old, he's a growing person, and he stole something to eat, you don't punish him. You don't. Yeah. Why? Because he is not stealing. He's not stealing because he's a thief. He's stealing because he's hungry. So, being a child at the age of 10, even if you know, I mean, it was wrong, but you are still incapable of being the mature person who can make the right decision. You are just being a kid. So I don't think God will judge you for such a thing. But then if you continue your life and you made the lifestyle as a thief, then that is a different story, However, you see, because you have a good heart, you remember what you did even when you were 10 years old, and you are asking yourself, what will happen to me if I die at that age? I think the Lord is all merciful, and the Lord, he says to us, if you don't become like the little ones, you will not enter the heaven. So even if when you are the little one and you do some, let us say, bad things, for the Lord still you are, not to be accountable for what you did.
Okay, brother, if you have time, we've got one more question. It's about Islam and
We don't want to mix the
No,
topic today with anything else, you know?
yeah, no, but it's just something that the sister before on the phone call said. I just want to understand.
Okay.
So I have a friend. Just context, I'm 19, he's 18. We went to the same school. He's Muslim, but I don't feel like every time I give him and I use your videos a lot, every time I give him an argument against Islam to show him that Muhammad is obviously very false prophet, is very, like you say, very stupid to believe he's a prophet. He always has something to say. He always has a video of a sheikh or a video of an imam, or he brings his dad on the phone. What should I do? What point is enough? Because for me, I
Well,
feel
obviously, this person who show you a video of somebody else, he's an idiot, because simply, if you ask me, I'm not going to show you a video of somebody else to answer you. That means he do not know the answer. Secondly, if I try to get the answer from somebody, and that body mean nothing to me, especially I am the one who's asking you. I ask you because I asked you, because you are the one I want to get the question to be answered from. But I give you a video of somebody else. Obviously, I do not know. So you should tell him, are you telling me you do not know what to answer? You're giving me a video of somebody else. And then the video of somebody else, is it truthful? Do you agree with it? You know, because we can laugh at it. So the easiest way to do the right things is to educate yourself. If he give you a video to watch it, and then you watch it, then you can respond to him, because now you are very well educated, and you show him how stupid the one who made the video is. So he could not solve the problem, he make it more problem. Like, you know, we quote what Zakir Naik is saying every day, not because he is smart, but because he's dumb. You know, we quote what Muslims say every day, what Muhammad say every day, not because they are genius, but because they are saying stupid things. So I don't mind to play all the Muslim videos. I wish I can play all the Muslim videos, but YouTube have rules called copyright. Otherwise, it's going to be really fun if we can play a Muslim video and we die laughing at the stupidity of the excuses they give. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Thank you very much for that.
All right.
No, just one question. If I get him to call you now, will you talk to him?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for calling. God bless.
Thank you very much for that.
Take care. When somebody give me an answer by, okay, watch this video, obviously he have no answer. Otherwise, why you are giving me a video of somebody else? And every single video made by Muslims is laughable. Miracle in the Quran. Like Lili Dawah, he made a video about miracle in Saudi Arabia, it became a green. Are you sure? As I know that every week they have a prayer for the drought in Saudi Arabia. Become a green just because there is some rain came and flash flood. We laugh, you know. We laugh at those, you know. I just search in Google, Prophet Google, peace be upon him. It says, prayer for rain performed across Saudi Arabia 21 hours ago. You go to the page of Lili Dawah. Allahu Akbar, brother and sister, Prophet Muhammad, he says the Arabian Peninsula will become green. They are desperate for rain. There's no rain. It's horrible. And they keep praying to Allah every week for rain, and rain never come. See how, you know. So they make videos, we laugh at them. I wish we can play them. So we just the best comedy ever. You know? And this is the case not only in Saudi Arabia, in Emirat, in Bahrain, all those Middle Eastern countries. They have no water. And thanks to the oil now, they are getting the technology of the Western, not Allah, to make the salty water fresh water. But remember, the Quran says that salty water and fresh water never mixed. Anyway, do we have any person want to join us? All right, let's see this person here. Yes, my friend, you're live on air. Go ahead.
Man, I've been watching you for months, bro. I
All right.
love you. Just to let you know that. I'm really thankful for everything that you do. Uh, I just wanted to call you because I've never had an opportunity to, because most of the time you don't like Christians calling you. Uh, so, yeah, I just wanted to call you. Thank you for everything, man. I've learned so much from you. I debate Muslims all the time over Discord because of the knowledge that you share with us. And yeah, I just really appreciate everything you do.
Well, thank you, my friend. And I do my duty, nothing more, nothing less. All
Yeah,
right.
amen. Yeah.
And
All right.
it's not I don't like to talk to Christians, but if the topic is about Islam, why a Christian wanna call me? So there's no point. I like to show the world that Muslims cannot answer, not to Christians, bashing Islam. That's what the Muslims do. The Muslim, if even they invited somebody to talk with them about Islam, is somebody who knows nothing, so they can lie as much as they want. So we don't want to do the same. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your
Amen. All
call.
right. Well, yep. Thank you.
Take care. Anyone have a question? The funny is, there is a person who asked me to talk about the topic. He did not post any question. Strange, isn't it? Yeah. Anyone have a question? Always you need to remember that life and difficulty, they go together. You have to give effort for anything you want to do. I mean, you can't even have a baby without making effort. You want to have babies, you have to do something. It doesn't happen by itself. So, we think that the best treating in our life is to be lazy and not to resist. A lazy mean there is something bad in my life. I am lazy to fight it. I'm lazy to go against it. I'm lazy to stand up for my right. I'm lazy to fight the evil ones. I'm lazy because simply it's not comfortable. There's no comforting. Comfort come after you do the job, not before. People want to receive comfort, life without doing anything. How do we battle and motivation? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You find yourself. You see, if you have a children, I advise you to do the following. Teach your children not to be lazy. In the morning, your child is what, 7 years old? Let your child learn how to put his bed together. If you do that since early age, this kid will grow, will become a male or female, whatever he is or she is. They will never leave the house and their house is messed up. You just created a habit in the life of a child, which is a good habit. So if we grow from since an early age as lazy, we will end lazy. Your son, your daughter have a vacation time, summertime from school. Let them do some work, whatever work. Let the son cut the grass. Let the girl, help her mom in the kitchen. So we train ourselves to be lazy, and then after some time, it's hard to be the active person, because activities and lazy is the opposite. Being active make you happy. Being lazy make you more sad, because life is boring, slow, and time is not moving. Time is like your enemy. So what do? You go and sleep. You sleep. And the more you sleep, the more you are unhappy. And the more you are tired, not even comfortable. My friend, don't tell me I am a fan. Tell me if you want to call or not. A fan of what? I don't want to have a fan. All right, we have a person who would like to join us. Let us call him. Yes, my friend, you are live on air. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm a big fan of you, and I wanted to just tell you a story about my life.
All
and I
right.
don't know how it comes to you, and I just want your opinion. Because, long story short, I had a friend, he's a Muslim,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm an atheist. I was born atheist.
Okay.
And the reason I started to watch you is because from the guy, ex-Muslim in Germany, I think you know him, the Amir. And then he brought me to your channel, and then I started to dig deep into your channel. But at first, I was just looking for something against Islam. I was not focusing on the Christian part because I didn't believe in any God. And then and then I lately found out that my friend, he doesn't even want to have contact with me because I confronted him with the I wanted to give him a Christianity as an opportunity, and but now I noticed that just because of this, it brought me so much nearer to faith. Because before I was just an atheist, believing in science and had no faith. But thanks to you, man, I become faithful, and I'm
How you know how I help you?
Everything you say is the truth, man. Everything. You always have the. It's like you always quote hide the. What's the quote? Seek the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Yes.
And then everything you say, everything. It's so
So you
real.
see, this is not me saying that. This is Jesus. So the one who helped you, really, if this is the most you like, that was the Lord, the Messiah, he said. So the one who helped you is not me, it's Jesus.
Every time I talk about the Messiah, I get goosebumps all over my body. One time there was this guy, he was at my place, the Muslim guy. I tried to free from the Islam. And then there was some shit happening. And I don't know if he did it on purpose or just tried to get me scared. But there happened some unusual stuff. And then at night, I looked up all the prayers against black magic and against some shit like this. And every prayer, I said it loudly from my phone. And I was praying to God. And my body started to become full of goosebumps. And now I'm talking about this, and you telling me this is the Messiah. That the goosebumps always comes. They only comes if I talk about this topic. I don't know how it's so real to me now.
Yeah, you said you asked me before in Patreon how you can get baptism, right?
Yes.
Did you get baptism or not yet?
Not yet, but I found a solution. Because, bro, this is so crazy, my story. Because I was changing the city when I was 14 years old. It was like 12 or 13 years ago when I changed the city. And I'm the first guy I met, and the first guy who allowed me to sleep at his home, he is now preaching the gospel everywhere in the world, in Africa. And this guy, his father is going to baptize me.
Oh, wonderful. Happy for you.
After 30 years, and I was faithless so long, and now it's finally happening. Like, I don't know if it's like destiny, or I don't know if something like destiny exists, but it comes like it's written. I don't know if it's written on.
You said you are from Vietnam, right?
Yes, I'm from Vietnam.
How about there's a churches in Vietnam, there's a Christians in Vietnam now? What? Because I know it's a communist country.
I'm not Vietnamese because I was born in Germany.
Oh,
I'm just like my parents from Vietnam.
Oh, so originally, okay, I see. All right.
Yes.
Well, my friend, I'm happy for you.
there's another thing I have to talk, but because I did a very hard mistake at Christmas, last year Christmas 2022.
Yeah.
Me and my mom, she went to visit her family, so my mother's side's family,
Okay.
and I always had a problem with them. And then I was worried about my mom going alone because they live in another country, in the Czech Republic, and it's
Mhm.
like 500 kilometers to there. And then I said, "Yo, I drive your mom, no problem." Even though I hated all the family from there, you know, because of past experience.
Okay.
And then I went there, and then same shit happens again. They start to disrespect me, and I lost patience with them, and I tried to get revenge on my aunt at that time.
Mhm.
And then I took my phone, I texted my dad, and I texted my family from the dad side, and I talked bad on her. Like I made up stuff up, so she get the, how you call it, she get punished for
Yeah.
something I
You made false
just,
gossip about her. Okay.
yeah, false gossip, and that infected my mom also, and everyone was blaming my mom, and she was suicide, and I didn't even notice that because she never told me. And then, you know, a few days ago, there was a girl we invited to our place, and then she was all happy, and suddenly she came back with her friends, and her friends say we have to call the police, and they false accuse me of rape, and I don't know what happened in this moment, but and I live in fear now. I live in fear because I don't know why people can false accuse me like this. Now I don't know what to do.
Well, you
Now
know,
there's,
you need to know you are the one who accused people falsely first. So why you are
yes,
asking why people accusing you falsely? Because you did it already. So you know, when you go and live in such an atmosphere, you are part of it. So if you want to be a Christian, you don't do what you are doing. You know, you
yes,
repent and never again do such a thing. You know, and then if people accuse you falsely, no problem. Just say the truth. I did not do. And then if they continue the way they are, just stay away from them.
I
I I
can't stay
I
away
advise
because
you, my friend, even if they are your own families,
yes,
my real family is the one who I can trust, not the one who will stab me in my back. So family
yeah,
is not a person who is born of your mother or born of your uncle, someone you trust to be with or to tell or to share information. So if you cannot share that trust with any of people around you, then you don't have a family. Simple.
yes.
So stay away from them if they are not that good. But you need to start with yourself first because you cannot
Oh,
blame them for what they are doing when you did already what they are exactly doing.
I know what you mean,
Yeah.
but this is. I invited a random girl and she accused me false now, and the police got involved, and I can't do anything. I can't talk about this shit, and uh, um, I just want to pray to God that the truth will come out and things will get like before.
See, this is why we say we should not associate with the wrong people
Yes,
because wrong people they can bring destruction to our life. Be
yes,
careful even when you have somebody coming in your car. Maybe he have drugs in his pocket. Police stop you. Oh, it's your car. The guy he dropped whatever in his pocket in your car, and he will be arrested. So this is the result of not living the real life, with God, and associating ourselves with bad things. And then what we expect? Why I, why I'm going to expect something good from someone bad?
I know it's real now because before I was not 100% convinced. You know, when I sent you the text on Patreon when I
Yeah.
wanted to get baptized, there I wasn't sure even. I wasn't even sure. I was just texting to get your opinion.
Okay.
But now I think I'm sure.
Well, I hope the truth will come out and you will be clear from this accusation. But be careful, learn from it for the future. that you should not associate yourself with wrong people, because wrong people are wrong end. You know,
Yes, I
if you
understand.
everything in life you should do as the following: I associate myself with someone smart so I can learn something smart. If I
Yes,
associate myself with someone trashy, junky, low, I will get low and junky and trashy. They cannot make me a better person. They will make me a worse person. So you want to get
right.
better? Look for people who they are better than you. Associate with them so you can get the benefit and learn how to be better. Associating with the low will take you down.
Thanks
All
very
right, my
much,
friend.
and I appreciate all the work you do, and I think you're one of the greatest of all time at the YouTube because you're speaking the truth, man.
Thank you, my
Everything
friend.
you say I can confirm is the truth, and
All right. Thank you
all
very
the
much.
people they say you lie, just ignorant. They don't want to see the truth.
All right. Well, God bless you, and we pray for you to be stronger and read the Bible and try to be decent and honest with yourself, and don't
Yes.
associate with the wrong one. All right.
Right.
Thank you. God
Thank
bless you. And I am not the greatest of anything, you know. Let us see. If you guys want me, if you want to call in Skype, don't just send me hi. Tell me in the text, can I call on the topic? All right. Don't just send me the hi. What I will get from your hi exactly? I mean, what I would do with it? I don't know now if you want to talk to me or not. All right. Somebody have a question. That's me. He will not talk, but he want the answer. Let me, without showing the name, show the question. We don't ask to be born. So why then God put us in this world to suffer in this life? The world was injustice everywhere, even to the moment when we born. We cannot choose to be in what kind of family, etc. I think about this many times and never get the answer. So how do you think about this? Very simple. Actually, I just answered. I just said to you, my family is not the one who gave me birth. It's not brother or cousin. My family is people I trust and they trust me. You can always renew your family. You can always renew yourself. When you say, I did not choose to be born, this is true. You did not choose to be born. But can you deny that because you are born, you are speaking about death? That means you are enjoying it? And when we speak about life is full of tragedy and bad things, but can we deny that life is full of good things too? So my friend, you are seeing just the bad side of life. You don't see the good thing of life. When you are born, you brought happiness to somebody. Is your mom, your dad. In my case, no. I asked my mom when I was born. She said, I don't remember the day, but all what I remember, it was a bad day. That's all what I know. However, even if you don't choose to born, you don't choose when you die, you don't choose how tall you will be, how short you, what your color, what your ethnic, what your language, what your family, what your country. But always you can choose who you want to be. And you can be a happy person even if you are thrown in jail. When the disciple of Jesus, they've been taken and captured, and they bring them in front of lions and tigers just to have fun with them. Just throw them, the Roman watching those Christians being eaten by the lion, and they are enjoying it. All what this Christian need to do is just deny Jesus and he will live like everybody. Which means his death was his joy. It's not the opposite. He's not seeking death. But he have a joy of being faithful. So you choose in life how to make death a joy moment or it is a disaster moment. This person, he knew after 5 minutes he will be eaten by a lion, yet he is fine. All what he need to do to deny Jesus and they will let him go. Just deny him. You don't want to do that. So the person who is going to die by being food to a beast, you will not die automatically in 2 seconds. No, will be a horrible death. He will grab you from your leg, then from your feet. You know, cats, they like to play with the prey. They will chew on you. Still, he don't want to deny Jesus. So he just saw his brother being fed to the beast. Just in front of his eyes, he saw how ugly it is. Still, he don't care. They crucified him upside down. Even the disciples, they asked, don't crucify me the same as the Lord. Crucify me upside down. So how come they didn't see the sadness and the tragedy? The death of Jesus is a tragedy. But it's happiness. It's a resurrection. It is a new life. It is hope. It's a gift. So anything can be negative in life. It's up to you to turn it to be the good thing, not the bad thing. You know, I remember once I was sitting next to a blind man and I was speaking to him. I was in the bus and I did not notice he's blind. He's wearing, you know, dark sunglasses next to me in the seat. It's very hot. Yeah, I never noticed he is a blind man. And I enjoyed the time I spoke to him. I was very young, but he was very wise. I noticed that he is blind when the bus stopped. And he went down under the chair to get his stick. And the guy, he is totally blind. He cannot see. He cannot see anything. But he never spoke to me about being blind. He never cried for being blind. He never complained. He's blind. I mean, how horrible can be more than being blind? All colors is washed out, all images. You don't even know how your son looked like. But he was not complaining. So there is people who do not know how to live. There is people who know how to die. And the comment we have from our friend here, he don't want to live, enjoy life. He is just sad. He's asking the same question every day. That means you are not satisfied and you will never feel satisfied. You see how many times we spoke about appreciation. Appreciation is the key for everything. I appreciate being born, even if I was born in a bad family or good family. There is people, they are born in they don't even know who's their father. They were thrown in the street. There is people who they are put them in the dumpster literally when they are infant. So you need to be strong in order to enjoy life. Otherwise, the weak person, he cry alone. He weep alone. And he will die alone. How you can be strong? You have faith. You see, I see in your comment, you don't have faith. You think that God is just playing game, like he just make you born and he throw you in the land. No. You should be learning from this life. You should do something good in this life, and you should have a purpose, which is a good purpose in this life. Until now, I see just a person who's lost. Why I'm born? So you are a growing man. Until now, you do not know why you exist. So why you exist? Oh, I do not know. I'm asking you the question. Okay, stay with the question for the rest of your life. You exist now. Now you exist. So you should go, you cannot go backward. You can go only forward. You are like a person who stand in the highway and he don't want to move. He's just looking at the at the highway behind him, like, oh, look how long the road. I'm born there. I'm here now. Why I'm born? You know, do something with your life, make it useful, and then you will enjoy life. I am assuming, I do not know you as a person, that you don't do something useful, and this is why you are not enjoying life. Not doing something useful for yourself, for others, I don't know. But always we lose hope because we don't feel that we are useful for anything. We are just we have no purpose, you know. We are like chicken, cats, rats. We eat, we sleep, we fart, we go to the bathroom, and the road is long. If you have a company in your road, you will never feel bad. But because we don't have a company, you are asking God, why I'm born? Why don't ask yourself to accompany God? So you will not be alone. The Lord, he says, every two of you mention my name, I will be between them. When you mention my name, I will be with you. So you decide to live alone, you feel lonely. And you will die lonely. Don't take the way by yourself. Always accompany yourself with good company, and the best company is the Lord. The Bible is your GPS, and then the GPS will make you meet nice, good people. We heard our friend, the one who called me before, a girl, she invited him somewhere to her place, and then she accused him of rape. And why you go there? What exactly, you know? Tempted? Well, here we go. You put yourself in the wrong, you end in the wrong. Let us see if we have any other question. Hey, my friend, the one who called once, that's it. There's no need to call again and again. Okay, let us see different person. We are calling. Let's see. We have a person. His name is what? Amdu. Amdu, he is saying, I don't think he want to debate about Christianity. Hey, my friend Amdu, I will give you an exception. Give me a text in Skype and I will let you debate me about Christianity. I want to see how strong you are. Hello? Yes, I hear you, my friend. Go ahead. You're live on air.
So I'm a very big fan of you. I would like to say that first. I have a question about Christianity. I've been studying this religion for a long time.
All right. What is your religion?
I am a monotheist. I don't have a religion right now.
What monotheist mean?
I believe in one God.
What do you think about Muhammad?
No, I'm not interested in Islam.
I'm not asking you if you're interested. I'm asking you, what do you think about him?
I don't know much about Islam.
You don't know nothing about Islam? I mean, how old are you?
No, I know. I know according to the Muslims, he's a prophet, but I don't know much about Islam.
What do you think yourself about him? Is he a prophet or he's a liar?
I don't have any idea. I haven't looked into that topic much.
How come you could not look at it?
No, because I'm interested more in Christianity.
Okay, I don't care if you're interested in Christianity or not. I'm not asking you what you're interested in. I'm asking you, what do you think about Muhammad?
I don't know. He married a 9-year-old, so he doesn't sound good.
So is he a false prophet, you think?
Maybe.
There is no maybe, either yes or no.
I don't know. Yes, maybe.
What yes, maybe?
Yes, yes,
All
yes.
right. Okay, what do you want to say to me? Go ahead. I'm listening.
So the wages of sin is death, physical and spiritual, right?
The what?
The punishment for sin is death, physical and spiritual.
Death is you know, as long as we are not living inside heaven, that's mean we don't live for eternity. Heaven is eternity.
So our spirit and our body both die.
No, the body only. The spirit never die.
The spirit will be in hell forever.
The spirit, or God will decide in the day of resurrection, depend who you are, if you will go to heaven or you will go to hell.
So the spirit will not be in heaven. The body will die, but the spirit will be in hell forever.
My friend, my answer is very simple. You die, your spirit did not die, your body die. And there's a day, it's called Day of Resurrection, which means reuniting
I know God will resurrect the dead
two
and
things.
judge them
Let
for
me
their
talk.
deeds.
Two things together, your body and your spirit, and then God decide if you will go to hell or go to heaven. Go ahead.
So our spirit does not die.
No.
Oh, thank you, sir. That's it. Take care. I hope to talk to you again.
All right. Take care. All right, let us see here. Hello. Hello. How are you doing?
Hi, CP. I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. What would you like to say to us about our topic today?
Yeah, this is Tracy. I think we called you on Christmas time with my whole family.
Yeah, I remember you. Okay.
Yeah. I'm calling.
How's your mom and your dad doing?
My dad is a bit weird. My dad he's weird, CP. All I'm gonna say is he's just weird. My mom at this point and my family have decided he shouldn't be involved with our family at all because his fruits are not of God, if that makes sense.
All right.
But my mom's doing fine. She still loves the Lord. I thank God for her, you know. But yeah, I did call about the topic, and I love how you mentioned about because people tend to say it's a harsh way to say things, but I believe the reason as to why we have suffering or losses, it all comes down to sin. You know, if in your life there's somewhere in your life where it's not right with God, there's definitely going to be suffering, 100%. If Jesus is not involved in any certain part of your life, there's definitely going to be suffering. And I believe some people need to have people in their lives to hold them accountable. Yes, I understand. For example, I'll give an example of where people lose their babies. I have many of my friends, you know, like we told you, we grew up in Uganda. In Uganda, the medication system is not so great, you know, and it's not the best. But people, when they give birth, they lose babies. And then you get someone who hates the Lord because I lost a baby. How can Jesus make me lose a baby? Don't even tell me about God. But then when you think about it and you're like, okay, let's get back to gratitude. I've lost a baby. But even the fact that you carried the baby for 9 months, that should be something you should be grateful about. Even the fact that, you know, the world today in Uganda, CP, people don't even marry. It's the same thing my dad does. I would say on 100%, 20% of the people in Uganda get married, like full on committed to it.
Yeah, they have a culture thing, not
Yes, and I think the culture now is they're trying to lay more towards lay more towards the Islam side and then involve culture. if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I don't even know how that works for them, but it does. So the way people portray the gospel, it's crazy. It's crazy. In Uganda, people don't take Christ seriously. And then living in Britain, obviously living in Cardiff, I'll use an example. One time I was coming from work, I had new shoes, so I stood by the bus stop. And then, you know, when you have like a peach and there's so much water and then cars pass by. So the car passed by and then water splashed on me.
Mhm.
So when water splashed on me, I called my brother and I'm like, oh, can you believe it? I can't believe this car splashed water on me. So then my brother was like, okay, what should we do? Should we call the government and tell them to repair the roads? Should we take the bus stop away? And I'm thinking, okay, that's a bit extreme. So then he asked me, what do you think you should have done? And then I thought, okay, to be honest, I should have stood on the other part of the road where there's no water.
Mhm.
So when you think about it, people tend to look at those little mistakes or those little sinful sides in them, and then they try to blame it on the suffering.
Mhm.
But then if you don't involve God in your life or Christ in your life somewhere, there's definitely going to be loss. There's definitely going to be suffering. Again, for the people that don't, I don't know, they have this whole thing about boyfriend and girlfriend, because I think this is where many people are hurt today. I work in a young people and adult, you know, like young homeless people under the age of 21.
Mhm.
And most of the things as to why they're broken, it all revolves around sex. And it's crazy because once you're boyfriend and girlfriend, it's automatic. You have to be having sex.
Mhm.
But then when you look at the Bible, Jesus is telling us you have to wait until you're married. So obviously, when you have sex, it does not matter how repentful you are. If you're in a relationship with this person you've done sex outside marriage with, there's definitely going to be suffering.
There's a consequence.
There's definitely going to be suffering.
Yeah.
And I think people don't look at the consequences that come after they've sinned, but they're very quick to blame it on the suffering that comes out of it. And again, I like the fact that you say that if you're suffering should be something that leads you to even fall in love with Christ more. This is the moment you should even kneel down and be like, you know what? I'm horrible. There's a reason why this is happening. I'll use another part where my pastor in church, he walks up to people and he's like, if there's anyone in here who has let's say you don't have, your leg is in pain or your hand is in pain, do you want us to pray for you so you can feel better? Sometimes I have doubts when it comes to people praying for people who are sick, because what about the people in hospitals who have cancer? So one day my pastor called people out and I was like, oh, here we go, is he going to do this whole healing thing? But then when the person came at the front, the first thing my pastor asked him was, is there anyone in your life you're not okay with? Is there anyone in your life you've hurt? Because I think today, even as Christians, we're very quick to look at what God is not giving us rather than looking at what God has given us.
Mhm.
Like you did mention about the blind man, he never even mentioned to you, oh my days, I don't see. He wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
So to add into the conversation again, I would say suffering definitely comes when in your life, a part of your life, there's no Christ involved. So if anyone is listening and there's somewhere in your life where you feel like God is not working in that part of your life, maybe look into your life and think, wait, hold on. Do I involve Christ in my education? Do I involve Christ when I'm eating? Do I involve Christ when I'm dressing up? Because even the way you dress, you're definitely going to attract wrong people.
Yeah.
Even the way you eat, I mean, you mentioned sometime, about the foods that we eat. I have a friend of mine who claims to be SDA, and he believes that he shouldn't be eating food from people that are not Christians, or I don't know, the old I don't know what he believes in. So then he
Mhm.
buys food from the chip shop, from our Muslim brothers. As the people who live in Britain, there's just chip shops everywhere. There's just these Islam people shops everywhere. So then he's like, okay, I'm never going to buy from Tesco. I'm just going to buy from the corner shop outside. And then you're thinking to yourself, but then the Bible tells us not to eat food that's sacrificed from to other gods.
Yeah, it's just being silly and stupid. I mean, what? First of all, in those shops, usually they cheat. If you don't believe me,
Yes.
go to the Middle East and see how they cheat. I mean, I know many stories about the butchers. They sell meat of donkeys, cats, dogs, and they sell them as they are beef, you know, and even pork.
100%.
So, you know, human being is stupid when he decided to be
Yeah.
stupid, and he go
Yeah.
after the. You see, when Jesus said, "It's not what go to your mouth make you dirty; it's what come from your mouth."
That's right.
So either we decide to be stupid, silly, and when the Bible speak about what to eat, what not to eat, it was for our benefit, not the opposite, not for the benefit of God. So
Yes.
there is healthy food and there is not a healthy food, and there is a reason. You know, like in the old days, the pigs, they go in the field, they eat even dead animals, dead people, you know, poisoned. So there is a reason not to eat, because a cow eat only grass. They don't eat you know, dead meat. So it's not because God he liked the cow, he liked beef more than the you know. So everybody, depending how silly, how stupid he is, he tried to find his own reasoning, you know. But the Bible reasoning have nothing to do with their reasoning. Same
Yes.
time, life always is about consequence of what we do. Like Adam,
Yeah.
he disobeyed God for eating from a tree, not for killing, not for raping,
Yes.
and yet he lost heaven. So when people they
Mhm.
try today, they try to make it easy, they try to ease sin, they are just deceiving you, trying to destroy you. Like when they say
100%.
homosexuality is fine, sleeping around is fine, having a boyfriend
Mhm.
is fine, having etc. is fine. And you know that so they want Jesus, they want the hippie Jesus, you know, like Jesus, the one who give hugs to everybody. Like you see a Christian in the street or a Muslim, like you see a Muslim saying, "Give me a hug, I am a Muslim." That's the most stupid statement ever, you know.
Yeah.
So they are looking for Jesus, which is not Jesus. Jesus is the one who will come in the day of judgment, and he will throw you into hell for what you did. He will not give you a hug.
That's right.
So
That's
they are
right.
giving false information, drugs to people. They make you believe that you are still a Christian, even you are doing everything wrong. You are not. The Lord, he says, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. So
That's right.
when I say stupidity is amazing, it's amazing. People, they choose to be stupid and they enjoy it and they think they are smart. Well, time will come and you will see how foolish you are.
Yes, 100%,
Yeah.
100%. And I even wanted to add into, you know, your conversation where you mentioned about what was it? I was writing down notes. You mentioned about I think it was the guy on before, and he was speaking about how no, I think just in general, people think whenever something horrible happens or you've lost or you're sad or things didn't go your way, it's also always amazing to have a certain group of people in your circle. That could be the movies that you watch, the music that you listen to, the YouTube people that you watch, you know. Many times.
Association. You associate with the wrong
Yes.
ones. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Many times when I speak to Ugandans again, I think I've seen a few people in the chat. I didn't know there were Ugandans watching. Mukama call me sister. You know, I never knew there were Ugandans watching because Ugandans are never like this. They're very lazy, very low people. So sometimes when you speak to Ugandans, right? You, I don't know how you do with CP. I'm still praying to God to give me the patience and not act out because they're so illiterate. CP. You speak to a Ugandan and you feel like you want to pass through the phone just to slap them to look at what you're saying.
Strange.
Like, look at what
I'm
I'm
speaking to
saying.
you. I don't feel the same. I'm just joking.
So then sometimes after I've spoken to them, right? If I was somebody who had a different like association in my lifestyle, I'll probably just go and either drink alcohol and drown into it. But no, then you got CP coming live, and then CP is actually adding more onto something that you said to someone you were speaking to back. And then you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm actually really in a great mood. You know, it's kind of like a loss when you speak to somebody about Jesus and they don't really accept the message, I would say. it is a loss. Well, I don't know if people consider it a loss, but to me, this is how it is. And I know I probably shouldn't see it that way because God is the one that changes people. But if it's somebody I care about, like again, my mom said her family is Muslim, you know, I don't think I like to see my aunties being treated by Muslim men the way they get treated. You know, so if I go to them and I'm like, hey, auntie, you know, Jesus loves you and you should leave this marriage. And then she tells me, oh, no, I'm all for Allah and Jesus is not God and don't come to me. In a way, it's painful.
No, it's
You know,
okay.
like,
No, don't make it painful for you because you see, there's nothing called auntie and cousin. Just take it. Try to get out of the, you know, the nerves connection, which is like family thing. Family. Remember, as a Christian, your family is your Christian family, not just a brother. A brother, he is a Christian. He is a brother. He is not. He is just a lost person who need help. You know. So
yes.
you reach the point of being a brother or a sister by joining the Church of Christ, not
That's
by
right.
being a blood person. No. Yeah.
100%.
All right.
And yeah, thank you so much, CP. I learn a lot every day. I genuinely do, and I wish, or I pray and I hope that many more women get to hear from you, because hearing from you every day and having a man like my brother who has introduced me to your channel, I don't even think depression or post-traumatic, I don't know what I diagnose women, especially in the UK today. Every woman has PTSD for some reason. I don't know what it is. The UK, if you live in the UK and you listen to CP, just well done, because the UK today, CP, I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Britain has it's lost it. And just listening from you, it kind of grounds me, and I know at least, even though you're not here in person, or there's not many of you and coming on this channel, there's a family here, and I'm very grateful that the Lord and the Holy Spirit gets to use you and the people get to watch and share as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sister. Well, I'm happy to have you with us here, and say hello to your brother. Good to
I
hear about him.
will.
All right.
Thank you. Have a
Take
great
care.
night.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody. And hi to my Ugandan people.
All right. Hi, Uganda people. Did you hear it? Okay. A Muslim guy in the chat, he said, this woman is lost. I mean, my friend, you are truthful. I mean, look at your name. We will know how truthful you are. Islam is peace. Can you count for me how many people get killed by Muslims this last 24 hours? I mean, everything you say must be truthful. Look, Islam is peace. His name is Islam is peace. I mean, your name is a lie. So who's going to listen to what you say after? What an idiot. Potato. Go drink camel urine. Dr. Muhammad. Open a clinic. Call it we have one medication. The Nagla seed mixed with camel urine, and read 2 chapters of the Quran. You can fight all disease. Liar like your prophet. All right. Let us see this person here. We are calling. If I call you and you don't answer, I will not call you again, just to let you know. Okay, he's not answering. We'll take the second person. All right, somebody's saying to me, I will put his comment in Skype as a question, which is not about our topic really. I don't know, people don't want to, they cannot focus. Saying, a Christian prince, I'm a Christian whose been watching you for many years. I have recently been visiting mosque on Friday, not to participate for, of course, but in order to understand what Muslims do at the mosque in my Western country. I have got a few comments. First of all, why a person he want to go to the mosque? Why you want to do that? We were just talking about associating with the wrong ones, and the mosque is not a good house to be in. Do I need to go to the mosque to learn about Islam? And what does that mean? And then I got a few comments about the clear Quran, and I would like your input if you would like to speak also. Yeah, the Quran is so clear to the point we have tens of thousands of books interpretation for the Quran, yet the Muslim, they know at the end Allah knows best what he meant by this verse. What is the best argument against Islam? Not today. I mean, ask me every day. Every day we come here to talk about Islam. Now you're asking me about Islam? Okay. Any other question? You can destroy Islam in 2 seconds without debating about Islam. The Muslim, they say, as an example, that Allah, He had chosen the Kaaba to be His house, holy house. Correct? Let us say you do not know much about Islam. Allah, He chose in His house in the most perfect location, where all the poo-poo and the pee go to it when there is little rain happen in Mecca. Imagine you are a person who is buying a house or hiring an engineering company to choose a location for you, the best location in town, and then you choose this location. This is how we know right away that Islam is a fraud. If this is the house of Allah, flooded by poo-poo, can't Allah stop the poo-poo? Can't Allah say to the ground, go up a little bit 2 meters high, so all the town will be flooded except my house? He cannot fix it, thanks to the American engineers. You do not need to debate them. This is the special house of Allah. You want to take a swim in the poo-poo? Go and visit the Kaaba. And those pictures are taken by Muslims. The house of Allah. I did not debate. I do not need to debate. Here we go. This is stupid. House of Allah. And the Muslim, they have videos about how the location is important, and they calculate, like, it is in the golden ratio. What golden ratio? You can change the location of the dot anywhere you want in the earth. The earth isn't flat. The Muslim, even they say to you that the Kaaba is in the middle of the earth. This is how stupid they are. Stupidity is amazing. So just sit and learn, use your mind, educate yourself, and then you will find it how laughable it is. Look how disgusting the water is. This is the aquarium of Allah. Do you see the aquarium of Allah? This is literally the aquarium, the most holy location for Allah on this earth. I don't know how many catfish is there. And putting marble and air conditions around it now, thanks to the oil, will not need to change the Kaaba. The Kaaba is an ugly place. Before the oil, how the Kaaba look like? I mean, we don't have pictures for like 300 years ago, but we have pictures when cameras came to exist, like when they arrived first time to Saudi Arabia. Look at this. This is the Kaaba. See what the oil does? This is the Kaaba. Look at this. Dirt. Little tiny house. Even the house size changed. And now we have concrete roof. And we have cement between the stones. And now we have marble. And the funny is, even the shaitan, he have a house next to the house of Allah. They are neighbors. This is the Kaaba. Look at this Kaaba. Look at this. There was a fence. Is better than the fence around your dog. Look at the fence. They put a fence. Do you see the fence? This is the Kaaba of Allah. And the Kaaba of Allah, we need to put a skirt on it. We have to close it because it's ugly. If you ask them actually, why even you cover it? Why? It's a hijab, you know. The women, stupid religion, pagans. The Muhammadan, they have big mouth calling everybody else pagans, but the fact they are number one pagan. However, this is not our topic today. But actually, it can help us a little bit. Because, you know, most of our suffering, because we practice paganism. We worship ourselves, or we worship somebody. Like, you know, people, they cannot find themselves successful. So what they do? They worship an actor. They idolize somebody is smarter or successful in their eyes. You are suffering from failure. So what do? You put a picture of an actor behind your bed. Because you cannot be him. You wanted to be him. And you think being him is going to change your life. But you do not know that those actors, they die early because they are drugs addict. And they are suffering really from depression, bad depression. Don't you know that celebrity is the most dying species in the world? The fastest dying species in the world. They suffer with a lot of depression. Some they take their life, some they die by drugs, some they die by whatever. I mean, they are not happy. But you want to be like them. You try to escape your failure. And try to put the success of somebody in the way you see it as a success on you. Paganism, idol worshiping. Even they have programs famous, it's called American Idols. It became a popular program, idols. And Islam is nothing but an idol. They, you know, their idol is not Buddha, is Muhammad. In one hand, they say to you, Muhammad is servant of Allah. But you can say the F word to Allah, nobody kill you. Say the F word to Muhammad, they will kill you. Idols, worshippers. They even inserted the name of Muhammad with the name of Allah when you want to convert to Islam, because they worship idols. So in order to fight all your illness in life, don't have idols. Don't make yourself an idol. And don't make others idols. Have a balance in your life. Have wisdom. As our sister Tracy, she said that she took the wrong side of the road. She saw there is a water in the road and cars will go through. And one of them will splash the water over her. So why don't make the right decision and go to the right side of the road? Don't follow people blindly. If there is 10 people standing in that spot, don't stand next to them because they think it's, you know, like there's a funny thing. like a person, he come to the elevator, and in front of the elevator he stand. The second person came and did not hit the bottom of the elevator. The third person, he did not hit. The fourth person did not hit. Now we have 10, 20 people waiting for the elevator. But nobody hit the bomb because they assumed that the first one did it. So don't assume that people they can choose for you what is best. Don't assume that they are smarter and you are the stupid one. They might be stupid too, and maybe more than you. I mean, maybe you are way smarter than them. So you have to stand for yourself. You have to be smart. Stay away from worshiping idols. Don't idolize yourself. Don't always think of yourself. Appreciation is the key of being successful. You know, you want to build a house. Today I wasn't successful. Like I was, you know, one of the screws, you know, screwed with me. And now I'm trying to take it off. It take me 2 hours. But I took it off at the end. That is a success. So a person who is consistent, who seeks success, he will find success. A person who want to live negative, he will die with it. You better be smart. Because nobody can be smart for you, thinking for you. I'm losing my voice, so I'm not going to stay longer. That, you know, the best advice I can give to people about how to fix their life is not me who give it to you. It's in the Bible. Appreciate. Enjoy a bite of a bread you eat. If you appreciate it, you just have the best meal ever. If you don't appreciate, you never enjoy anything. Never, never. Even if you are the most wealthy person in the world. Even if you are the most healthy person in the world, you do not enjoy anything. Because you don't appreciate. Appreciation is the key of all kind of joy. Like the person who don't appreciate that he is born. You will live your rest of your life, if you don't change, sad, unhappy, complaining. If you appreciate that you are alive, you appreciate your life, you appreciate that you have teeth. There's many that don't have teeth. You have eyes. You can see this beautiful sky. You will enjoy it. You will love it. You need to change your gratitude toward things around you. We work to make money, but not to worship money. We get married not for sex, but we have to have a family. We own a property for safety and security, but not worship the land. Appreciate so you can live good. In YouTube, I watch many videos about villagers. Their life is a struggle. Their life is not easy, but their life is fine, better than those who have a palace. But the one who live in a poor house, he is jealous to be in the palace, and the one who live in the palace, he wish he is a villager. Because nobody appreciate what he have. They are seeking the wrong change. They are seeking a change of location, of a house, of a property, of a spouse, but they never seek changing themselves for good, for better. They blame everybody for who they are, but they never blame themselves, and they don't want to fix who they are. So to make it simple, you can transform yourself to a better person, and this should be the thing you do every day, because today is not the same as tomorrow. So if I am tomorrow the same as yesterday, nothing changed on me for something better, that means I did not accomplish anything. If I did not learn something new, if I did not do something useful, so what I did, what I did with my time, I don't appreciate time. Appreciate time. The one who don't appreciate time, time will come, and time will sweep you out of this earth, and nobody will remember you, for you did nothing good, and maybe only bad. The Lord will not call you by your richness, your wealth, your property. From their fruits you shall know them. So a person who know how to live, he knew how to make fruits. And if you are not selfish, that is the best joy. It's like a tree standing in its place. People come and eat the fruit and enjoy the fruit, and you enjoy just seeing their joy. You are not even able to eat your fruits. You are a tree who is making the fruit and somebody else is eating it, yet this tree making the fruit for that purpose. Did you ask yourself why tree have a fruit? Do you think the tree can eat the fruit? They can't. The tree is the last one who can enjoy its own fruit. Everyone else enjoy it. The bird, the animal, the human, even the ground. So why the tree make fruits? If you can learn how to be a person who is not selfish, and you make fruits, and you enjoy the joy of giving fruits, you will live happy. Even if you are poor, even if what you give is little, is nothing maybe for compared to somebody, you appreciate, and there is someone will appreciate you. That is joy, and that is happiness. Don't seek happiness by being a billionaire. You will never satisfy yourself, because you are rich, there is richer. And now actually because you are rich, you are worried about your money. You don't even sleep. The first thing you wake up in the morning, you want to see the stock market. Oh, I lost. Oh, I won. You know the story of the fisherman. A person going vacation, he saw a fisherman sitting in a coffee shop with his friend, like in a village coffee shop. You know, those fishermen having fun, good time. So the guy who is coming from the city, he's a businessman. He said to him, it's early morning now, you guys are done? He said, yeah, we go early fishing, like very early in the morning, And by like 9, 10 in the morning, we are done. I just sit with my friends and having a good time. So the man from the city, he said to him, why you don't work more hours so you can make more money? The fisherman said, what I will do? What do you mean? He said, if you work way more hours, let us say, instead of working one shift, you work 2 shifts. Instead of coming 9 a.m. in the morning back from fishing, come back afternoon. You will have twice at least more fish and twice more money. So, okay. So and then you can save more money and you can buy 2 boats. The guy said, okay. So then if you have 2 boats, you hire more people. And then you make more money again, and you buy 3rd boat and 4th boat and 5th boat, and you make a big corporation, big company of fishing business. The villager, he said to him, okay. And he said, then when you make a lot of money and you become a millionaire, do you know, guess what you can do? He said, what? He said, you can enjoy your life and don't work much. The fisherman, he said to him, but this is what I'm doing now. Already. Already I'm enjoying my life. Already I am with my friends at 9 a.m. in the morning. So he want him to work like a donkey so he can get rich. And after working all his life, when he have no more health, now he have money so he can go and sit in the coffee shop drinking with his friends, having tea and coffee. Well, already he is doing it. Why I want to consume myself? Live for money, worship money. So the businessman from the city, he felt how so stupid he is. He's just telling him a long recipe about how to be successful. But in fact, the guy is already enjoying his life. He's done by 9 a.m. in the morning. He's happy. Many of us, we want to work so hard. So when we become 70, I want to drive a Corvette and act like a teenage. And I want to wear a skirt if she is a female, acting if she is 14 years old. Why they do that? Because when they were young, they spent their life making money. And now they got the money, but they are so old, they hardly can move around without a bunch of medicine. If not oxygen with them too. Appreciate your day, appreciate your life, appreciate what you have so you can live happy. Otherwise, you are a fool. Every day goes by. If you don't enjoy it and you don't appreciate it, your lost day will never come back again. Remember what I'm saying to you. If you don't enjoy the day you live now and tomorrow, you are losing a day will never, ever, ever come back to you again. And the best way to enjoy it is to be decent, to walk with the Lord, not nightclubs and all the garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. That is not a joy. The joy of being confident, the joy of being faithful, the joy of being good, the joy of being helpful, the joy of being fruitful, the joy of appreciation of even a piece of bread you eat, it's going to taste different. The rest of joy is a fake one. They are temporarily, and mostly they will bring you close to death. Every day we hear news about people get shot in nightclub. So why you go to the nightclub? What is the nightclub will do to you? What do you expect in the nightclub? Holiness? Good men, good women? Who will be there? You know the answer. I do not need to tell you. I want to say thank you for all for being here. I hope we were able to help you. You don't have to agree with me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. But remember one thing. The Lord, he said, search for truth, and the truth will set you free. And the truth is to be truthful. And to be truthful is to appreciate the truth that everything you have is a gift. Even your life, even your body, even your teeth, even your eyes, even anything you have is a gift. Enjoy it, but in the right way. And the right way is the one which will not make you feel guilty. God, he installed a sensor inside you. And if you destroy that sensor, you are already gone to hell. So enjoy life with the sensor which God he put within you, so you can live good and die good. Even death will be a joyful death for a believer. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. Until I see you again soon. Tomorrow we will be live. The topic will be about Islam again. Until then, Christ is Lord, and everything else is false. Everything else will be demolished except him. And those who live with him in eternity will live. Thank you.